What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 26 of Private Lesson. This week's episode, hanging out at BUDDS Creek, working with Caleb, Tyler, and Nick. Unfortunately, the track was super busy, so it was tough to get the audio going. Pretty much all the footage I got, I had to cut out because you just couldn't simply hear it. And then my GoPro died. Real quick before we fire the video up, I got a couple classes coming up. We got August 31st, Tomahawk MX, Austin Forkner coming to that one. That is sold out, so see you guys then. Pumped on that. September 3rd, we have ADKMX in New York. You can sign up for all the rest of these at ajcatanzaro.com. So we got September 3rd, ADKMX, New York. September 14th, 15th, Thunder Valley in Colorado. First time going there, that'll be sweet. October 7th, Field of Dreams in New Jersey. Sign up for that one, that one's filling up quick. October 11th, got Evansville MX in Berwick, PA. Went there last month for the Supercross. This time going back for the outdoor tracks, so that'll be a fun one as well. October 12th, got Arcola MX in Roseland, Louisiana. So first time going to Louisiana for a school. That one is actually filling up pretty quick. So get signed up, ajcatanzaro.com. And make sure you guys join the Patreon account. Click the link below, and it's only $2 a month. Free tips, ability to message me back and forth, and I respond to everybody on there. It's a cool little private group. So click the link below to see how you get involved in that. Other than that, hit the subscribe button below and enjoy the video. All right, today we're out here at BUDDS Creek. We got 3 guys working, a couple corners, a couple jumps. First section we're working is Henry Hill, jumping Henry Hill down into the kind of this off camber right-hand turn. We have an inside roller into the inside line. We have the outside, just a nice rut. A couple common mistakes you guys will see in an off camber turn like this, or any turn for that matter. Where are you sitting? Where are you supposed to sit on the seat? Where do you expect that bike to turn if you're sitting way the heck back here?
You're right.
You go from the attack position standing up. As soon as you're done standing up, you make a jump right here.
Yeah. Right.
You had no weight on that front end. Where did you expect the bike to go other than straight off the track? You got to get that weight to that front end, right?
Right.
Elbows should be pretty close to 90 degrees when you get that chest to where it should be. Common mistakes that you'll see is one, just that, which is the chest or the butt being too far back, putting no weight on the front end, so that bike goes through the rut and then just wants to ride up and out of the turn. Another thing is upper body stability. So on Honda, you'll see him go through the turn and his head will constantly be fading to the inside, as well as watch his inside knee. Let's see where his inside knee goes. MotoGP style, he's just doing this with the inside knee. Where's that inside foot? And that right there is the reason why I don't want people to put their inside foot out for a turn. What's the purpose of it? There is none. His inside foot, as soon as it went out, it went to the ground, and then it hit the ground again. All it does is take one extra limb off the bike that should be gripping it with your legs and giving you that control. His automatic reaction, as soon as his butt hits the seat, his foot comes out. We got to try to break these guys of that habit. And the challenge with having a downhill that's this steep coming into an off-camber turn is that when people get 3/4 of the way down this thing, they're still going way too fast for what they're comfortable with to try to get through this turn. So they find themselves braking here, accelerating here, which is why the brake, and then re-acceleration causes the hook in the where really the brake should be done there and the acceleration should begin here to smooth out that hook. Elbows! confidence with the head staying straight and not feeling like we're dipping and diving. All right, let's see how Lucas does. Off that brake. See, and Lucas knows better. Lucas going through the corner with that inside elbow dropping because he isn't re-gripping on the throttle, and the head constantly falling inside of the bike. Any good rider you'll see, as long as they didn't make a huge mistake, their head will not move. So the mistakes will happen underneath them, but as long as their head doesn't move and fall inside of the bike, they're fine. Pretty good, pretty good. Watch that inside knee. Seeing Michael on the KTM, very fast rider, but he's waiting too late to accelerate and he's feeding into the hook. If he started accelerating here, he's fast enough to where he could fix that rut himself.
I'm trying to figure that out still.
Okay, so can you lean your bike up quick so we can look at it and you can get a good look at the rut? If you're locked to here because you're freaking out and nervous about it, by the time you get here, guess what's gonna happen? The bike's just gonna go that way and go straight off the track.
That's a big thing too. I'm not looking ahead.
You have to pick your location, look past it. Pick your location, look past it. Now in a corner that's tricky because it's your eyes are only looking 10 or 15 feet ahead, so it's constant readjustment. In a straightaway, you could look 200 feet ahead, right? Because you could look all the way at the end of the straightaway. But in a corner, you have to pick, look past, pick, look past. If your eyes lock onto one point for too long, especially going to speed like he is, if he locked onto one point for too long, you would ride right into that spot and then not know where to go after that. All right, so we're gonna work the tunnel jump step up right before the finish line section right here at BUDDS. The first guy in the Yamaha is basically the way you should do it, which is approach with a ton of speed to the point where he let off at the bottom of the takeoff and is still able to coast all the way up and over it. When you do a jump, the safest way to do it is to get the speed prior. I'm gonna case it, I'm gonna clear it perfect, and I won't even bother overshooting it because you won't be able to see the landing. But I'll case it for you guys so you can see how I approach the landing, casing it, and then I'll clear it perfect so you can see the speed as well. Things to keep in mind with jumping. They've ridden this track enough. I told them that if we're working this section, they roll that thing and eye it up once, maybe twice, and on attempt 3, they better be jumping it. Any more than that, if you guys are rolling a jump 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, and you're like, I still think I could jump this, that's when you're gonna start to overthink, and that's when you end up hesitating and get hurt. Don't ever be reckless, but come up with a game plan and then just follow through and commit. You have to fully commit on a jump. So this section, all the guys getting it are accelerating hard here so that they can relax at the top. To the point where those guys are actually letting off the throttle at the bottom of the takeoff because they have that much speed. That's much safer than coming in slow and then relying on a last second acceleration. tell already, just based on Tyler's approach that time, he's gonna come in slow and rely on throttle last. See? Coasting right off the takeoff. Now you can't coast the takeoff like that if you've half-assed your commitment and are coming in slow. But if you're coming in that fast and you have that much forward momentum, you can absolutely get away with that. See, that was decent commitment for Nick right here, but then he lets off at the bottom of the takeoff and then re-accelerates again at the top. Clearing this step up doesn't take 80% commitment, it doesn't take 90% commitment. Just like any jump, it takes 100% on the throttle, get your clean up shifts, and commit. If you're coming in hot, all the way in the straightaway, but then right here, so right at the base of takeoff, you say, something doesn't feel right, I'm gonna back off for a second. And then you get halfway up the takeoff and you're like, oh no, I guess I'm fine, and re-accelerate, it's too late. That's how you get yourself hurt. These guys are 2 to 1. Obviously they're high-level riders, but they're high-level riders for a reason, because they have that commitment. Chopping the throttle combined with leaning all the way back on the takeoff on a sharp lip like this is going to cause an endo 9 times out of 10. So you just watch Nick chop the throttle and lean back because he was afraid to endo, and guess what that made him do? It made him endo. Neutral body position on jumping is a must, and I know it's hard because as soon as you're not confident, what do you want to do? Extend the elbows, fade away and get your upper body over the back, or you want to do something weird with your body.